Noida studios. Let me begin with you, Mr. Iyer, if you can hear me. Now the premise is very simple.
Yes.
The premise is, here is a city that existed since the 7th century BC. It had habitation there. It was at a point in 1580 that Akbar decided that he is going to make another area around this and call the capital Allahabad. And since then we've retained the name through the British period and into modern day India. Should it change? Should it go back to a Prayag or a Sangam?
Yes, I think so, because if you recollect the writings of Huan Shuang, who came to India around 644 AD, he talks about Prayagraj. And I think we should look at the broader picture here. You know, we are all Sanatanis. It doesn't matter what religion we profess, we are all Sanatanis. And as Sanatanis, you should all, doesn't matter which religion you profess to today, we should all celebrate this. After all, this is the Kumbh. Kumbh is the pot that came out of the Samudra Manthan, where they were trying to get nectar. So that is a celebration of Kumbh Mela. And I think we should rise above all our caste, creed, religion, and celebrate this event, because it's been happening since 600
Yes.
AD. I mean 644
Okay, it's not
AD.
happened yet. And let me put the caveat out for our viewers. So there are some publicity posters for the Kumbh that Sree Iyer is referring to that talk about Prayag, and Prayag is indeed still a locality within Allahabad. So the name changing hasn't happened yet, but we are told it is likely and possible to happen soon. Sree Iyer, should it happen? Should it be changed? Because if it doesn't matter and if it's not a religious thing, how does it make a difference what the place is called?
Well, you know, I think you're right. I mean, whatever preparations have happened, you know, I don't think we should change those things. But I think people should start referring to this as Prayag, just because this is part of our culture. The Sanatana Dharma has existed for more than 7,000 years. I'm not making this up. You know, in Dholavira, they excavated a person doing the Padmasan, and that was dated as 5000 BCE. That is 7,000 years old. We don't even know how far back this stretches. So instead of trying to say that this is a Hindu festival, it is not. It is a festival of the place we are.
Just hold on with me. Let's get Sree Iyer in, who agrees with the point of view. Mr. Iyer, go ahead.
Adil Shah, I think you need to rise above your party politics here. I think renaming it as Prayag identifies that all Indians, all of the Sanatanis, say that this is a city that used to exist in 644 AD or before that, and that
this has done, what Indians are according to you first.
Okay.
Please tell us who are Indians according to you.
Listen,
because you perhaps seem to have a different definition of Indians.
Listen.
That would be all of us.
Tell us who are Indians according to you.
Anyone.
We all are Indians.
No, the BJP has a different concept.
No, I don't know if
we all are Indians.
I haven't heard that.
I'm not a BJP
manifesto.
person.
Okay.
I'm not a BJP person, neither am I.
Okay, but Mr. Iyer, let me turn that into a question. For the people who think that this is some sort of a Hindu thing, how do you tell them it isn't?
Who is a non-Indian?
It's not. I'm telling you, all of us are Sanatanis. There is no such thing called. According to me, hold on. According to me, there is no word called Hindu. You can go back and read all the Vedas you want. There is not a single reference of the word Hindu. There is a reference of Sanatana Dharma, and the land where we are all born follows this Dharma. Whether you want to accept it or not,
Mr. Iyer, hang on with me.
You are welcome to be a Muslim, but you are a Sanatani first.
But from a very practical perspective,
it's a one-time inconvenience. What Ira is saying is a one-time inconvenience, but I think it is important that we as Bharatvarshis, those who are born in the land of Bharatvarsh, realize that we need to create our own identity. Nobody else is going to do it for us. And these are small steps. And I think Adil Singh should retrospect that always going back to, politics and somehow tying this place, that incident, this incident. Don't do all that stuff.
Okay, let me make a final attempt. Mr. Iyer, let me make a final attempt.
70 years.
By people of this country,
Sree Iyer,
and similarly our rich history and culture which existed since times immemorial, that also has to be promoted. That also has to be preserved, that also has to be encouraged and supported.
All the statues of King George were pulled out from Delhi and they were sent into a park in civil lines. In most of the national capital, you will not see any British era statues, but in some parts of the country, you will still see the statues that are still up. Now, should we be completely purging history or accepting it? Because the people feel that there's an argument that this Mughal history part is being purged, and for the good, bad and ugly that it might or might not have been, it is equally part of us.
I disagree with that, Rishabh, because Prayag has been a venue of Kumbh Mela for a lot of time, a long time. You know, there are only few instances where, you know, we are trying to go back to reclaiming our heritage. Now, don't try to make this thing like a pan-India phenomenon. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think some places have their significance, and I think we should realize that, and we should go back to those names. There's nothing wrong with it. That again, I think I want all Indians to think this is our heritage. It's not Sanatani heritage. Everybody is a Sanatani.